Here is your dietitian tip of the day. The cholesterol found in foods will not raise your blood cholesterol levels. So foods like eggs, the whole egg with the yolk, and beef, specifically grass-fed beef, both contain lots of cholesterol but can actually lower your cholesterol levels.
If you've seen my videos in the past, you know that I am a very big fan of things like eggs, beef, fish, and other foods that may be slightly higher in cholesterol. Because for the most part, dietary cholesterol doesn't have a large impact on your blood levels of cholesterol. The reason for this is because there are two main sources for cholesterol: the cholesterol that we absorb from our food and the cholesterol that we create in the liver. It's estimated approximately 80% of the cholesterol inside of our body is produced inside of our liver. And the more that we absorb from our food, the less the liver will produce. Therefore, our cholesterol levels will stay stable despite eating a higher cholesterol diet. With that being said, I think this is an example of where personalized nutrition is extremely important. This is a graph demonstrating changes in dietary cholesterol and LDL cholesterol upon consuming a high cholesterol diet. As you can see, some people had declines in LDL cholesterol and declines in total cholesterol. But as you see by the graphs pointing upwards, other people had large increases in both LDL and total cholesterol. And the reason for this is because there are many different genetic factors that go into the amount of cholesterol that you absorb inside of the intestinal tract, which is why some people see a decline in cholesterol despite eating a high cholesterol diet, and other people see large increases. Importantly, there are two main cholesterol transporters inside of the intestinal cells. The Niemann-Pick C1-like-1 transporter, or the NPC1L1, is what takes cholesterol from the lumen of the small intestine, which is where our food goes after we consume it, into the enterocyte, which is the cell inside of our small intestine connected to the bloodstream. And the other transporter is the ABCG transporter, which simply just kicks the cholesterol out of the enterocyte back into the lumen. And then this cholesterol is excreted inside of our feces. Some people have deficiencies in the transporter that takes cholesterol in. Therefore, dietary cholesterol has almost no impact on their blood levels of cholesterol. But some people have a deficiency in the transporter that kicks the cholesterol out of the cell into the lumen where it's excreted into the feces. And one of the mechanisms the body has to lower its cholesterol when we're consuming a lot of cholesterol is to upregulate the production of these transporters to kick more cholesterol out. But if you have a deficiency in this transporter, you do not have this regulatory mechanism. Therefore, you will see much larger increases in cholesterol levels when consuming a high cholesterol diet. And the inability to regulate cholesterol absorption is one thing that feeds into what's called familial hypercholesterolemia, or simply extremely high levels of blood cholesterol, particularly in a specific carrier protein called LDL, that is absolutely associated with much higher levels of heart attacks and heart disease. And for these individuals, if they don't know that they have this disease, and they radically increase their dietary cholesterol because they do not think it will affect their blood cholesterol, put themselves at a much greater risk of having something like a heart attack or a stroke. And for these people, it would actually be recommended to eat a lower cholesterol diet. But as mentioned, for other people and a lot of the population, normal amounts of dietary cholesterol that you would get from following a higher animal product diet may not actually increase your blood cholesterol all that much, and it could even decrease it. But I simply don't think it's a good idea to be recommending to everyone that they can eat as much dietary cholesterol as they want, without first checking them for some of these genetic factors. And while dietary cholesterol is absolutely extremely complex, and I don't think it's as black and white as cholesterol is good or cholesterol is bad, what I think is extremely important is personalizing someone's diet and catering towards their genetic predispositions. And if you're interested in something like this, send me a DM to sign up for coaching.